Welcome back. I can't believe it, but it's a week ago today that I got back from Morocco, and already I need to get the Bonneville ready for the next trip, because in 3 weeks today I'm off with the Highland Scramble to do the Island Traverse, 22nd to 27th of June, whereby I'll ride up to Scotland on the Bonneville, meet a group of other riders, and then we're going to be island hopping from all of Scotland's different, what I'm sure will be breathtaking islands. I've never properly visited Scotland, which is completely ridiculous, so I'm massively excited. I know it's probably, very possibly, the UK beauty spot. So really counting down the days to that. But it means I've got to get the Bonneville ready. Clean, lube, adjust the chain, change the spark plugs and make sure they won't be exploding out like missiles, air filter and oil, and also give it a good clean. So I'm off to pick up a few parts for that today. I will, of course, go on the Triumph Thruxton, and I'll take you with me. Just met up with Monika at Costa because I think I need to get one of those oil trays where all the oil can go, but they've got everything. I've completely forgotten the name, but you saw the name on the entrance. I really like that place because, well, it's a family-run team. I think it's a father and son team. They've got a few other mechanics, very, very friendly, always helpful, and I know they always have a huge stock of parts in. So they had, without me booking or planning, oil filter, oil, spark plugs, air filter, everything. The premium stuff I've got, oil, high pro filter, air filter, and the finest. And also why the Bonneville's good, it's a twin, so you only need two.
What's that?
Iridium spark plugs that will be replacing my current rusted ones. So I'll do all of this today. It's extremely easy on the Bonneville. I don't know why I always put a time frame on it. 1 hour, absolute max, and the Bonneville will feel like new and ready for Scotland, but not just ready for Scotland in plenty of time. No desperate last minute panic.
Well done.
Actually, I forgot to mention, we've picked the Fiat back up, £341. They called me and said, there's a rear light, I think it may be a fog light, and, oh Monika, you're about to get run over. And there are about 4 wires just somewhere hidden here that have all completely frayed and they're all just hanging around. Would you like us to fix them? We think it may be about 2 hours worth of labour, and it's £90 labour an hour. You don't need it for an MOT, but it'd be nice to have everything working. My immediate reaction, no, stop, do not spend another penny on it. It's just not worth it. If we'll pass the MOT without it, I don't even want to hear about it. Bare minimum maintenance for this, please. So it's ready. Whenever I've got a big trip coming up, I always I used to always go and buy magazines from a shop just to get some inspiration about the kind of place to go to and also some ideas about different bikes and things like that. But now, if I've got a big trip coming up, for example, this Scottish trip, and Morocco is exactly the same, I'll just go straight onto my Readly app. Readly is a one-stop shop. It's an online subscription for magazines and newspapers, all coming together in one place. So you can have everything with the ease of just using your phone without having to buy magazines. So first thing I do, go onto the Readly app, go onto my favorite bike magazines, such as Bike magazine, and I get a little bit of inspiration from biking trips. And the brilliant thing about Readly is not just that it has magazines and newspapers all available, all of the big titles that I like, but it's got all of the back issues. So I can go back through all of my favorite bike magazines and find a specific issue. For example, May 2016, when they did a big biking tour of Scotland, and I can go back, have a read through that and get inspiration from a big Scottish trip. And then I can go to travel magazines and have a look specifically at Scottish travel magazines and get inspiration from that. It's just the most brilliant way to polish up on places you're going, get some inspiration, build up the excitement. It's also got two different profiles, so Monika can have her profile, whatever she's interested in, and my interests to it are usually completely different. I can have those on my profile as well. So if you're interested in something like that, subscriptions all in one place, especially if you're traveling, because you can have offline episodes or offline downloads of magazines and newspapers. I can offer 2 months free subscription, and you can cancel anytime you like. All you need to do, click on the link in the written description below, and that will activate those 2 months. The great thing about owning a bike for as long as I've owned the Bonneville is that you get to know it like the back of your hands. I can do every bit of this service without having to look at any manuals or anything like that. So I'm going to do oil change, filters, spark plugs, clean and adjust the chain and everything. The whole proper, genuine service, 1 hour. It's now 6:30. I'll be done by 7:30 without any issue at all. Done. I promise you, it's about 1 hour on the dot, almost exactly as I thought it would be. It's still filthy, But I've just messaged Jim's Detailing in Ipswich to see if he can be available tomorrow to clean it. Then it really would be perfect. So I'll take it on a quick ride into the countryside now, make sure everything's good, but I think it will feel like a brand new bike. Oh, what an evening. Oh, it's glorious. Sun setting just behind me. The Bonneville is running, so I'll just get off this soft ground. Kind of semi-seaweed, semi-mud. The Bonneville is running like a dream. I'll give it about another third a litre of oil, but apart from that, it's perfect. Heartbreaking situation though, the exhaust rattles back, which is just annoying, really annoying. So the exhaust paste lasted about 3,000 miles and now it's just, I guess, started disintegrating, so I have to sort that out. But Jim's Detailing, he replied to me. He said very kindly he can fit me in tomorrow, which is brilliant. I was going to end the video here, but there's no way I'm ending it here. I need to end it showing you a bit of Jim detailing the bike and how clean can my disgustingly filthy Bonneville actually become. I've never had a bike cleaned or valeted in my life before, so this will be a first for me. So I cannot miss that opportunity to show you. So I'll end it there. Good evening all, and I'll see you all in the morning. Welcome back to Jim's Detailing. Jim, thanks for having me last minute.
No problem.
Really appreciate it. What would you recommend for the Bonneville? You've had a quick look outside. We briefly discussed it. In the state it's in, bear in mind, I've actually never professionally had it cleaned before, and any cleaning I do is always slightly half-assed. Having a look at it, what do you think?
Well, bearing in mind the trip you've just been on, there's a graveyard of wildlife on the front, and a small part of deserts in the engine bay area.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's going to need a lot of chemicals, I think, to start with, just to try and soften it all up and get it off without causing too much hassle.
Is that where everything looks completely white?
Yeah, we'll snow foam the whole thing.
Okay.
And then after that, you know, sort of see what it's like when it's actually dried out. And then you can sort of get an idea of if any other things need to happen.
How long do you think something like this will take?
I would normally allow, like if you want to go through and machine polish it as well and maybe do some coatings, then I would normally sort of allow at least half a day, maybe a full day.
Okay, perfect. Great. Jim, I'll just do a bit of B-roll, film you doing a few little bits and pieces, but I'll leave you to it. Do you mind if I quickly just show your Buell next to your Kawasaki?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Jim, thank you so much, and I'll be watching with interest.
Thank you.
Cheers, Jim. I showed this Buell last time because I love these bikes, but there are a few things that I'd had no idea about that Jim was just filling me in with. Of course, it's got the Harley-Davidson V-twin engine, but the fuel doesn't go where you think it would go. This isn't actually a fuel tank here. This is the airbox and other things. And you can see this is transparent, translucent, this casing, so you can see inside all of the interior details. The fuel actually goes in the frame of the bike, so the fuel goes all the way along here. And then the oil for the bike, again, doesn't go in the normal place. The oil goes in here and on the left-hand side of the swing arm. And one final thing. The front brake disc is so unique. I mean, look at the brake disc on the Buell compared to the Kawasaki Z1000. Normal traditional brake disc that I would be used to compared to this one on the Buell. It's so different. And then final thing, if I try and put them side by side like that, you can see how much smaller the 1200cc Buell is compared to the 1000cc Kawasaki. It's so short and condensed, and that wheel span from left to right is tiny, although it's still got a massive rear tyre. Incredible. These must go down, I'm completely certain, as a future classic in years to come, these Buells. Great looking bikes.
Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, but the oh my. So big we hustle, but the oh my. What is my guys? Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. Bust it open hard, let me see you drop. I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, but the oh my. Boy on my side, TJ, I roll with I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, but the oh my. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop.
Jim, it's been hugely rewarding watching you doing this. Just seeing all of the little bits of the bike pop out that I haven't seen in so long. And you were saying earlier, if you get some people who are coming over looking to sell their bike, you clean their bike, you finish it, you detail it, and it makes them fall in love with the bike all over again.
Yeah, it's definitely a facelift for a lot of people, and yeah, they forget about what it used to look like, and a good clean, even just a good clean, can really change the look of a bike.
It genuinely makes me fall in love with it all over again, just watching you take it from the atrocious state it was in to now. I almost did forget how much I love the bike. It feels like when I'm riding it back, I will be riding back a brand new bike. It's stunning. This was 2 hours for you, bear in mind the atrocious state it was in. What level do you class this clean as? How much further could you go with it, and is this about normal for people coming in?
I would say, I mean, bearing in mind the state it was in, like you say, it had a lot of in-ground dirt, and to be completely honest, there's still areas that could do with a lot more work. This was probably what I'd class as a good clean, bordering on deep clean.
Okay.
Lots of chemicals, get into as much as we can, but I probably wouldn't classify it as a detail.
Interesting.
You know, we didn't get into any machine polishing or anything like that. It's just ready for the road again.
Perfect. And just the details you said, I know it's not on this side of the bike, but the other side of the bike, there's the VIN number. And Jim was like, oh, you can see the VIN number again. Everything starts popping out, bits of detail, even bits of little patina that I'd missed and forgotten about. They all start to pop out again. It's been amazing. Jim, thank you so much for doing all of this.
No problem.
Yeah, I feel like I have to come back at least surely on a semi-regular basis, because I've fallen in love with it all over again. For everyone, of course, who was looking and watching from the start of the video, I'll remind you about Readly. It feels like so long ago because it was yesterday morning. But if you're interested in the Readly subscription, click on a link in the written description below and you can have 2 months free Readly. Cancel anytime you like. Right, you will be experiencing, from future videos, a brand newly finished Triumph. I'm over the moon. Thank you all for watching. Please do give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Jim, thanks so much.
Thank you.
That's brilliant. Just stunning. It's art now. Seriously, it's brilliant.